How's it going, everyone? My name is Tok, and you're watching the Ocean Channel. Last video was about Africa's toughest fish, the Musselcracker. And I was scrolling through the comments and I saw this. And in this moment, I realized the standard that I've now set. Because listen here, these fish are not easy to get.
I worked hard to get this fish.
But then I realized, I don't have to work as hard as I did last time. I just need to work a little bit smarter. So I consulted a book that you might know.
This book is over 50 years old, but to this day, it is some of the best artwork they've ever seen and the most fun information about these fish.
The white musselcracker, also known as a biscop. They are one of the best known angling fish on our shores. They are formidable fighters and they are powerful and quite speedy.
But if you watched my last video, you would know all of this. These fish are nothing new to my channel.
But what's interesting here is that it prefers sandy areas and even estuaries. So perhaps for once we target a more sandy zone, because if you know me, I like reef diving. But a sandy area might be a good shout. It's going to be difficult because there will be no cover, but perhaps it'll work.
So with this in mind, I headed to Google Maps to find my next dive spot. Here, I managed to find an interesting patch of sand and rock, which I thought might just work and kind of fits the description. So then I was able to come back to the comment and say, yes, the next one I get, I'll do a catch and cook. So we headed to that spot.
Bunch of dolphins out there. Oh, that's pretty cool.
There was a whale? Yeah, no.
Okay, wow.
As you would have heard there were dolphins and whales in the water. So I just had to get in the water even if I wasn't going to get a fish. The chance of seeing a whale, or even a dolphin, is just too enticing for me. Here I am dropping down into the first section of reef that I thought might be good to target the sandy musselcracker. And as soon as I got down there, I was greeted with some beautiful scenery. But not only that, a nice surprise came from my left. That pot of dolphins that I saw from the shore came and checked me out. But there is a negative in that, because you can see the fish are very scatty with the dolphins around. They're apex predators and they're nothing that fish want to mess around with. So here I decided to go further out.
I think right now what I'm going to do is just go out deeper.
This was a good call, because soon I saw a beautiful Santa on my left. I had a chance to shoot it, but I decided against it. This is because once you've taken a shot, the fish often spook off the reef, and I wanted something bigger. With the dolphins out of the area, you can see the fish have come back to life. Big schools of blacktail and zebra in this area.
Lots going on down there. I heard a lot. Didn't see anything though.
After not seeing any signs of cracker, I decided to move further out to another piece of reef that looked promising. Here I am trying to find patches of sand, the lighter areas, and patches of dark, which is the reef areas that I can hide on. So if I can find a zone where there's sand and reef, that's an ideal patch where it agrees with my reasoning and the book's reasoning for these fish. If you've ever dove in this area, or you've watched any of my videos, you would know that this visibility is excellent conditions. We usually have pretty murky water, so I was just enjoying being able to take out a longer gun and try out along with shots. If I'm 100% honest, my long shots aren't the best because I am so used to the murky water quick reaction shots. So here I saw a good Santa coming up in the background, and I thought maybe this is a chance to practice long shot. But my gut said, don't take the shot. So I didn't. And all I can say is I am so happy I did not take that shot. Next dive, I dropped onto a very sleepy shark. This is a pajama shark, and you'll often see them like this, either inside the caves or just outside. I think they're more of a nocturnal species, so most of the day you just catch them sleeping. Ironic because they are called pajama sharks. As you can see here, this is such a good patch of reef. There's lots of structure, but also some sandy patches to the left. Here, I kept imagining a cracker coming out of the mist here. So I waited and I waited. I saw lots of fish, lots of possibilities, but nothing came on this dive. Not giving up, I went down for another attempt. Dropping pretty much 20 meters away from last dive, the feeling was completely different on this dive. It did not feel fishy, it did not feel alive, and I was not imagining a cracker coming my way. Scanning the sandy zone to my left, suddenly the formula came together.
Beautiful Musselcracker. Came up to me easy, took the shot, fought hard, but got him in the end. Super stoked. Okay, I'm gonna start heading back now. Dangerous out here alone as a fish.
Coming back to shore, I bumped into a nice old man who chatted to me about this Musselcracker. He was a surfer, not a spearfishman, but he was very interested in the fish, and it was just nice to chat to someone about what I had just done.
You see a couple out there? Yeah, you get a few. Well, I've never taken more than one in a day, but you see them. Oh, yeah.
What is that, a Musselcracker?
Yeah, that's Musselcracker.
That's awesome, dude.
I think it's probably, yeah, it's quite big. It's over 10 kgs, I think.
Yeah.
I thought the fish was probably 10 kgs, but I didn't realize how big it actually was. And when I put on the scale, I was quite surprised.
Yo. That's crazy. Big fish. That's much bigger than I thought. Damn.
I washed up the fish, cleaned up some of my gear, and it was time to get filleting. The scales of these fish are extremely tough, so you need a sharp knife. Unlike me, who's having to hack through it. But you can make do with what you got. Putting up this fish into what you might call a rich man's fillet, I first took off the main sections of meat. Afterwards, I would then polish off little pieces around the stomach and the wings and head. It's a mission, but it's well worth it. So today we're just going to deal with these main pieces of fillet, skinning them, making them nice and clean and ready for the pan. But I realized I had basically zero ingredients in my house, so I had to go to the store. I decided to go for fish wraps because they are some of the nicest ways to have a fried fish. Grabbing some of the secret ingredients, especially an avo that is ripe, and then heading back home with these ingredients. On the way back, I managed to stop along the beachfront, and the news of my cracker had seemed to spread, and I saw about 3 or 4 divers in the water. I don't blame them, it was a beautiful day.
Sun is out, feels like summer right now. It's supposed to be going into winter and it's beautiful weather. No wind, warm water. Can't ask for more. Go there, another go there, And it actually looks like there's another guy here.
Today we got that amazing musselcracker, 12 kilos of amazing fish. Let's see what we can do with that. This is actually a suggestion that one of you guys said in my comment on the last video. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but you said musselcracker is amazing when fried in a bit of batter. So I'm listening to you and I'm gonna go ahead with that. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so what we got here, the secret ingredient, that's panko breadcrumbs. We got the fish, just a little bit of that fish. There's only 3 people eating tonight, so yeah. Some nice wraps, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, avo. I'm not gonna have all those avos. Mayo, and this is also for the batter. Bit of egg, cake flour, and panko.
In a wrap, you don't have anything other than your teeth. So you don't want anything too big, you know, you don't want it to be there kind of breaking into pieces. You want everything to be kind of a bite-sized piece. And here I like to kind of cut along you can think of it like a piece of wood, along the grain, because it's much less likely to flake if you have it in the actual mussel packages, if that makes sense. Maybe I can explain it better here with a bigger piece. So you can see each of these kind of has its own little fiber package, I don't know. So if I were to cut with it, it's likely that's going to be more firm and stick together. That's what you want when you're doing anything in a batter, otherwise it's just going to flake to pieces. So with this one, first you can see there's a bit of a delineation right here. So I'm going to just follow the natural grain of the fish here and cut along that. I don't know if anyone else does it this way. I don't know if this is right. It's just how I do it. So that kind of keeps these as now two good little packages, right? And very good for the size that I'm going for. You can see all the fibers going this way, so I'm not going to just chop it like this. I'm going to try follow these lines. That's the best that I can. It's not an exact science, but I think it just helps it not be so flaky. Cool, so this is all of our fish. It's more than I thought, and I don't know if the 3 of us are gonna finish it, because the other 2 are not the biggest fish eaters, so this is gonna probably be this is mine, this is theirs, so we'll see. I've really never known how to chop a tomato. Should be enough. Sweet. Let's get cooking.
Yeah. That. From here to here, to the liquid, to the batter, and then to the pan. We have the fish, the vegetables, the wraps, the sauce, and the final thing.
Okay, let's wrap it up. I think I may have overfilled this one. Let's see if this... It's definitely gonna fall to pieces. Finish it. What do you think, Mom? It's pretty nice. You heard my mom. Sweet.
You can see that there's a lot of tags here. Tags throughout this book. And these are basically my bookmarks for fish that I want to get. I've ordered it in 1, 2, 3. This is difficulty. Green, or number 1, would be pretty easy. 2 would be like, intermediate.
and then blue would be hard. Every single one of these tags that I have here, and bring you stories from my life and my experiences pursuing these tags. If you're interested, hit that subscribe.
Because there's a lot more tags in this book.
Oh, white steered brush. That's what I want. Yo.